Thank you, Greg. Well, today I want to talk about a role that, whether we like it or not, we might have to play at some point, and that role is being a family caregiver. But before that, let me give you a little bit of the backstory into this project. So this is Uncle Louis, and unfortunately, he was diagnosed with ALS. Um, During this process, we struggle a lot. We gather all as a family and we realize several things about the healthcare. The healthcare, it's fragmented. It's very complicated to understand, and it's a lot of time consuming. And above all, it's high stress and it's very demanding. Now let's look at the marketing numbers. Over 53 million of Americans provide unpaid care to a loved one. Caregivers experience the ones that are taking care of their loved one experience 63% higher stress, higher mortality versus the non-caregivers. 60% of 61% of the caregivers uh, are also working, so they are juggling between being a caregiver and then also working, and the market keeps growing and growing, and the kids or the market is also not ready for this. So what is the solution to this gap or this problem in the market? It's a carebot. It's a it's a chatbot that is gonna give you all the insights that you need, medical information, financial and government programs, local support services, legal planning and resources, emotional support, which is very important for our caregivers, and tips and tricks to take care of our loved one. So we're gonna see two cases. One is Uncle Louis, who was diagnosed with ALS, and the second case is Grandma Gloria. So here we have our chatbot. Now let's see here. So Uncle Louis was diagnosed with ALS, and he's located in Chicago, Illinois. Now, what is happening behind the scenes is that the LLM is going to recognize what is the current condition, and then second is what are the type of resources that you need or the caregiver needs. Then it's going to look locally what are the resources available for the caregiver, and then it's going to create a care plan. So let's have a look. So the basic it's gonna the first thing is gonna give you the basic things, the basic tips and tricks for the caregivers. And at the same time, it's gonna give you some links so you can check it out. All right. ALS Association. All right, good to know. Nutrition, basic uh, uh, ideas and tips and tricks for nutrition. Equipment, which is it's very important. So where to or which type of equipment are you gonna need along the way? Um, and then local resources. These local resources are coming from the Google Places, from the API of Google Places. And then you can see also, all right, so let's have a look at Chicago ALS, the Les Turner ALS Foundation, also in Illinois, and then multiple resources that are located in your in the location of the caregiver. Now let's have a look at Grandma Gloria really quick. So Grandma Gloria was diagnosed with dementia, and she's located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And again, it's extracting the information that the caregiver is looking for, the condition, the location, and it's creating the care plan, always localized to the caregiver. So again, emotional support for the caregiver, the AL, the Alzheimer Association in North Carolina, nutrition for the care recipient, again, some equipment for our loved one, and then again, some resources for the caregiver that is going to take care of Grandma Gloria. Now, there's a very interesting thing that we are still analyzing. I'm going to show you the knowledge that it's being transferred from our API to our client. So we have our RAG, our Tabili for government programs, and this is a Google API. So there is a way on the Google API to extract the rating. You know, whenever you rate a place in the Google Maps, so there is a way to extract that information. What we don't know is, should we rank our results from Google Maps based on that rating, or what should we do in that case? That's an interesting dilemma that we have right now. But overall, this is the care plan that we have built for our caregivers. Now, let's go back to let's see what's happening behind the scenes. So we saw that our first node in our line graph is identifying our query, extracting the condition, generating the queries that we're going to run against our tools, extracting the current location, and then we're going to move to the next node. There is not an agentic behavior here. Everything these are our tools that we have available. There is not an agentic behavior. We execute one after another. So we execute the RAG, which is our knowledge base. We execute our Tabili for general resources, Tabili for government programs, and lastly, our Google resources. We put all this information in our knowledge, in our state, and then lastly, our last node is going to assemble everything into our care plan, and it's send it back to our client. Our client is just React with Tailwind application. And so what is the next phase for this project? We need to grow and improve our knowledge base, our RAG, because we also want to give the ability to our caregivers to ask questions for tips and tricks for caregivers. The next thing is we need to implement and connect with Langsmith, because right now we don't have Langsmith connected, so for proper assessment. We need to implement guardrails. We don't have guardrails right now. From the knowledge that is being generated and from the prompts that the caregivers are asking for. I was talking to Vincent, and he suggested that we should allow the user to ask follow-up questions to clarify about the caregiver plan and see what else is out there. And then we have in a line of a few focus groups that where we are going to test. So we already have a few caregivers who are going to help us to test this application. And then this is just a small feature in our existing app for family caregivers. And we want to do is to enhance the app that is already running. And we just want to add this new feature. And just to finish, this is an app built by caregivers for caregivers, and we really want to make an impact on the caregiver space. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.